navigating a lot of Mercury retrograde stuff because that's when I'm doing this. But you know, Mercury retrograde can be a really creative time because the little messenger is walking backwards and having fun. So for me, it's kind of a vacation. I don't expect things to work out like they normally would, okay? So if you don't, you might actually be able to have fun during Mercury retrograde. But we'll discuss that another time. I made a video on that once, but I don't know that it was very good. It's a great time to redo things, though. If you need to return or anything with a RE in the beginning of it, this is a good time, Mercury retrograde. But that is not the subject for today. The subject for today is what is the difference between an earthbound and just a regular ghost. And I don't really even like the term ghost, and they don't really like it either because actually they prefer the afterliving. They don't even like the term dead that much. We may eventually have an afterliving rights movement because you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen within the next few years is you are going to be able to see more and more into the other realms because the veil is thinning. And the thinning of the veil means that there will be more and more people able to see with their third eye. And this is a good thing. But at first, some of them are probably going to think they're going nuts. And that is probably normal, you know, at first. Eventually, you'll come to accept it, and eventually, you know, your deceased loved one will be sitting in the chair next to you, just like your non-deceased loved ones, you know. And it's not going to be that scary. They don't really look like, please let me dissuade you from thinking movies are accurate. The only time you ever see them looking like the way they died might be if they are earthbound, and I'm going to talk about what is an earthbound, okay, as opposed to just a deceased person who is visiting you, because it's an important distinction. Earthbounds are those who needed to go on and didn't. They did not somehow get their, or take their chance to move on into the other realm and wander around on this one, not very happily generally, because you're not really in a body, and this realm is really made for a body. So until you go and cross through, you really, it's hard to have a lot of fun here. It's not comfortable. Now, after you cross, and this is why I do crossings, okay, I do not clear people who are happy. You know, there's no use fixing something that ain't broke. If people are perfectly happy with the ghost in their house, and everybody's happy, you know, the ghost is happy, the people are happy, I'm happy too. No problem, you know? I don't see a problem with that, although some people would. But to me, it's just, you know, I have my spirits that I like to have around. You know, I have my spirit guides, they're guides. And I have other people that wander through. And, you know, I like to be able to talk to them and say hi and relay messages and so on. And help them out, and they help me. It's just like here, except the rules are a little different there. It's a little more fluid. And it's more like it is in the fifth dimension in that regard. The fifth dimension that we're heading for, that most of us are heading for, anyway, is going to be a little bit more like that. And remember that this was the fourth dimension originally, or for quite a long time. I don't even know how many thousand years. But now we're in a new age and a new era, and we're moving on up. like the Jeffersons or something. But anyway, we're moving up and energetically. So it's going to be different. And so I want you to know the difference. If a spirit is miserable and they're stuck, you can help to convince them to go ahead and go on. Now, I can, because I died, and can tell them it's not bad. What I saw was not bad. What I experienced was not bad. Death is not really hard. Coming back, on the other hand, was terrible. But death itself is not hard. And I would also say, if you are afraid that you will be punished, that is not good. Do not let anybody talk you into being punished for anything. Do not let anybody talk you into coming back if you don't want to come back. Do not let anybody talk you into anything. Be sovereign when you die. The only thing is, I will tell you that if you do not undergo that process, it can be very difficult for you to come back and visit your loved ones and have all your faculties about you. So I would say you need to cross over. You need to go through your review and some other things that happen over there and look over your life, which is what happens, and then you can come back and be with your friends and your loved ones still, and it's not bad, okay? It happens all the time. And spiritualist churches advocate this. Now, I'm not a 100% Blavatsky fan or anything, okay? But I do go to a spiritualist church because at least they do accept the fact that this happens. And that makes me feel better. Now, I do not believe that you have to give yourself up in order to do channeling. I don't even know that it's even a great idea in some cases. Because you can channel some things that are not good, too. Depending, Not everything is a good thing to channel. However, I respect the people who do that and who are able to do that safely and everything. There are people who can do that, but some people get into trouble. So I would warn you about that. I do not personally entirely step out. I step back a little and let them have the floor when I do that, and it comes through me. Okay, it is coming through me because it basically, whether I'm channeling somebody from the stars, or whether I'm channeling a person who has passed on, or some other being that wants to talk, wants people to hear them, I still am the translator for that. So I'm kind of like the receiver, and then it does go through. I try to be as clear of a channel as I can. I try not to filter it as much as possible. I do what I can to get out of the way of it, whatever it is, without judgment. However, it does come through my speech, my ability to speak English is what they're using. Okay, and fortunately I have a huge vocabulary, so that is one of the things that also will make you a good channel is, how well do you speak. But as far as that is concerned, I'm trying to hit some of these points that I anticipate are going to be questions, because to a lot of people this is just very mysterious. So I actually have encountered a lot. I have encountered some famous people who have passed. I have encountered some not famous people who have passed. I have encountered animals. A lot of times my pets or other people's pets will come to me. I have had star people come to me. I have had angels come to me, fairies, just other realms, basically. We are connected with all of them. You cannot see it if you are in such an unmatched state of mind. I think I would put it that way. But eventually, as the veil thins, this is going to be available to everybody. It's one of our new old skills. It's coming back around again. And I'm also told that we're going to get a lot of what looks like superpowers. So that's coming in. There are going to be more and more people who are going to be able to do things that look like superpowers. Because actually, that's what this big idea of the gods was. The gods, quote unquote, were people who were fully plugged in. So, we've only been half plugged in. That like being half lit? I mean, we weren't shining our brightest. I guess that makes us half lit. So, not even half though, really. I mean, 2 strands from 12, that is a big drop. So, once all that is plugged in again, we'll be able to do some things that are going to be amazing. And the old paradigm will not fit. And I want you to be ready for that. I just want to do my part getting people ready, okay? So, there's my little short blurb on that. The way to tell a earthbound from a non-earthbound, from just a person who has passed on and who is happy, is just that. The non-earthbounds are usually a lot happier, or at least neutral. The earthbounds are often not very happy. But me, I respect your opinion. I mean, if you're here and you're happy, then I let you be there. And I try to tell people the same thing. I mean, if they have something haunting them, someone, and it's not evil, then they have a choice. Now, on the other hand, there is a whole nother side of this. Some things are evil. What we would call evil. I'm not sure that is a precise term anymore. I'm really not. But I'm going to make a video about that too. This one's long enough. I want them to be short and sweet. Okay? This is Ocean Making Waves. Now go make some of your own.